My name is Avi Dollywall. I'm the president and CEO of Freeway Group. Today we're going to talk about the ugly truth behind business community in Brampton. Some of the prominent businesses in our Brampton community or elsewhere, they do not respect the small business people like truck operators and truck drivers, roofers, real estate agents, and any other trades like plumbing companies and consultants like architect, engineer, designers. At one point, we are all small business people. We have to start the business, and we have seen a lot of issues with the small businesses. Most of them, when they are working for these some of the prominent businesses, and they don't pay these small businesses on time. When the market is tight, these prominent businesses try to run their businesses and keep their profit at the same level and try to uh, manage their business at the expense of small businesses. Why these guys do it? Because sometimes they feel they are the powerful and they can get away with it, and because of the corruption or their connections with some of the political levels, and they think they control the market. I believe in the business community, over 95% is small business people. And I believe these prominent bigger businesses does not control the business community. Small businesses control the business community, not the prominent business community controls the entire market. I don't consider those people are large businessmen. It doesn't mean anything to us, even they own $100 million real estate or $500 million real estate. But ethically, when they are not paying on time, I think that's a very unethical practice. We are not blaming the industry. I think the most thing is it's a fault of small business too, who are getting victimized. My request to the most small businesses or professional communities, before you are signing or taking the job from somebody, I believe they should be having a proper contract. Review the contract, terms and conditions, deposit, and the progress payments. If you are not receiving your payments on time, you should stop working right away immediately, instead of keep dragging and working, and people will say, okay, I'll pay you at the end. Because at the end, even the roofer, his profit might be 4 or 5%, and he's changing a roof for somebody. He has a material cost and all kind of issues. And same thing with the interior designers, architect, and they have employees to pay. And I have seen a lot of people are struggling because these people don't pay. Same thing with the real estate agents. And I know there is a number of the huge volume of real estate or services industries are more professionals. They are eager to get a business. They like to expand their business as quickly as possible, and they do not write a proper contract. And it happened with us many times too, but we always work according to the agreements and legal aspect of the contract. We will always recover our funds on time. And sometimes we think, uh, if I go too hard on my client, it will ruin my business, and I will get my business damaged in the future. What is the point of the for working for somebody who does not pay you and does not respect your time and like your hard work? I have seen a lot of truck operators, owner operators, their money being held 90 days, 120 days, and once they leave the job, business is slow, they try to switch for other companies, and they don't get paid. I am always recommending the small businesses, please read your contract, and before you sign it, read it, and get reviewed from professionals. lawyers, because once your dispute is there and somebody is not paying is a small amount, 100,000, 50,000, even 5,000, and small business people do not have affordability to get a legal advice or retain a lawyer, so that way they lose those funds. And those prominent businesses, they try to show their muscles, they're politically connected, they are also have good names in the market. And I think you need to be more sophisticated in your work, and do not sell your services at the lowest level, and do not cut your commissions, do not work for somebody who does not pay on your time. And I think before you start working for those people, you need to check the references and have a proper contract and work for the right companies. That's the main reason I'm telling about these things. So it happened with us a lot of times. Sometimes we say verbally, okay, if this work's done, I'll pay you this much, and at the end, people change their minds. They start saying, oh, you haven't done this work properly, you have to redo it, because at the end they don't want to pay you. And do not work on verbal agreements. And also, don't get bullied. And there is stuff you can do. You can put a lien on the property. For example, you're a contractor, you have certain number of days, and then if you have all the receipts, and you have all the documentations, take the pictures when you're working at the site, have a proof. And if you don't get the paid, just register a lien against the property. Put a right strategy so you don't get bullied from some of the certain unethical businessmen. I'm not saying every large corporation or large businessman they are not ethical, but number is very high these days.